Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Thursday the 20th of February and news has hit that Meghan and Harry will be allegedly coming back to the UK for some diary dates. Buckingham Palace have confirmed that both the Duke and the Duchess will return to the UK later this month to carry out their final official engagements before they step down as senior members of the royal family. What they've basically said was the couple will begin a 12-month transition period from the 31st of March, so they will be coming into their new non-working royal roles on the 1st of April. April Fool's Day, everybody! Couldn't have happened to a nicer couple, to be perfectly honest. Harry is said to be expected to drop into a session with Jon Bon Jovi, and he is re-recording his song Unbroken with the Invictus Games Choir. Now that is on the 28th of February. On the 5th of March, he will attend the Endeavour Fund Awards, and the following day will join Lewis Hamilton at the official opening of the Silverstone Experience, a brand new immersive museum that tells the story of the past, present and future of British motor racing. Meghan, we get to see her for the first time later on in that week when she joins Harry for the Mountbatten Music Festival on the 7th of March. She's also said to be attending the International Women's Day as well, but dates haven't actually been announced yet. And we all know last year was the infamous wibbly wobbly belly with the white and the black dress. My problem is, I've said all along, I don't think she will step foot back in the UK unless it is financially viable for her. They are both due to attend with the Queen and all the other members of the royal family at the Commonwealth service at Westminster Abbey on Commonwealth Day, which takes place on the 9th of March. I think this is going to have to be handled with great care from the royal family because these two have literally just dropped this massive bombshell on Britain, left us reeling. They're blaming us for everything. They're blaming the press and they're pointing fingers and they're accusing us and the press of being bullies, racists and goodness knows what, and that we've made their life hell, that she's not thriving, she's only surviving. And we're getting these constant article pieces saying how happy they are, and it's really rubbing it in our faces. It's all a bit too raw at the moment. I think that what's been said is that this will be their last official engagements with the royal family. As a working royal, they are still apparently going to be attending and blossoming their patronages. I don't know how that works. Again, under the umbrella of working royal family, they can't be that because they're not taking the sovereign grant and they don't want to be working royals. Well, they did want to be working royals because they wanted one foot in and one foot out, but the Queen has said, no thank you very much, that's not how we do things. Now, there's a major problem. We all know that there's been a big hoo-ha since Meghan began being part of the royal family, where she likes to drop news, articles, Instagram feeds, things like that. Big news will be dropped to steal somebody's thunder. It's not just us anti-Meghans that have noticed this. The press have also noticed as well. And again, it's happened. So the news has broken that Meghan and Harry will hold their first joint engagement in almost 2 months, but this is on the same day as Kate and William will be completing their first ever tour of Ireland. So again, all eyes will be on Meghan and Harry. The whole media will be talking about them and not the people that actually stick around and do their duty. How can this be allowed? Why are palace aides allowing this? Why aren't they actually saying, hang on a minute, that can't be done. You don't want to be working members of the royal family, so therefore you need to take a back seat to the ones that do want to represent Queen and country. How can they dominate everything that they do? Now, the fans would say, well, then the breaks. She's the she's the one that pulls the strings. She's the one that pulls the headlines. She is the star of the monarchy. No, that's the Queen. Nobody outshines the Queen. Nobody outfoxes the Queen. And that has been shown quite evidently with the Queen revoking their right to use the word royal. I'm still chuckling at this. I really, really am. News also got leaked slightly. I've spoken about blind gossip sites before. One of the more accurate sites, which is Blind Gossip, has put an amazing blind out called WTF branding. This basically alludes to the fact that the news that they were not allowed to use royal has hit the couple extremely hard. In fact, their response was what they've actually said in their blind item is that if you read something about how they have accepted the change, roll your eyes. Well, we all knew this. No company will set out and progress this company with trademarking your name under everything under the sun that you could possibly think of, and then go, oh, that's all right, don't worry about it. We weren't wanting to use it anyway. They pitch all their hopes on making sure that they had a very strong brand, and that was Sussex Royal. By revoking the fact that they can use or they can't use royal, just scuppers the whole thing completely. It says that they have definitely not accepted the change. They are furious beyond belief. This will cost them millions of dollars. They have sunk a lot of money into the two-word branding. Websites, trademarks, logos, etc. They are asking their attorneys if they have a legal standing to fight. Yes, you heard it. They want to try, or it's alluded that they want to try, to fight in court for the right to use Sussex Royal. The problem here lies is that they are using both Sussex and Royal at the Queen's bequest. She can quite easily, which she has done now, take away the Royal, but if they continue to get their heckles up and push back and start a fuss and say, well, that's not fair, we wanted it, we've done this, we've done that, do you know what the Queen will do? She'll just say, okay, give me back your titles. You can't even be called Sussex. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Now, their rationale for pushing back and saying, well, we have a right to use Sussex Royal is the word royal is already being used on towels, on liquor, on soda brands, anything you can put your hands on. They think that they should be able to use the word that they want to use. But by fighting back, that will cause even more waves because you know the Queen doesn't play around. She's been on the throne a very long time. Nothing gets past her. Do you think that they have a legal right to use the royal within Sussex Royal? If so, why? There's a lot of debating at the moment on Twitter with regards to should they be allowed it, should they not be allowed it. The simple fact remains is that these titles were gifted to them when they were married on behalf of the Queen. They can easily be taken away, and I think if they start to push back and start stamping their feet, they will be taken away. Then they will have nothing to trade on. At the moment, they have the limbo titles where they have them, but they're not allowed to use them, but they still have them. That should give them some sway in certain circles. Debatable on whether or not they should be allowed to lean on them like that. I personally don't think they should, but do you think that they will sue the royal family for the use of the title Sussex Royal? There's a very different argument to will they or should they, because I think that should they and will they opens up a whole different can of worms because, you know, they will, but they shouldn't. That's my opinion anyway. Going back to these final royal engagements at the end of February, beginning of March, Will Meghan be here? Or do you think that she, like when the big nuclear bomb was dropped off Brexit, will just not face the music? Narcs don't like facing their errors. They don't like having to admit that A, they've made a mistake, and B, it was under their control. They don't like it at all. So most narcissists literally just run away and do not face the drama. Because let's face it, she's not a particularly liked person in this country at the moment because of what they have done. A lot of people side with the Queen, and when this news dropped that the Queen was looking to ban them from using Sussex Royal, everybody stood up and cheered, and everybody clapped and said, "Well done, Your Majesty, this is the right decision." So will they be licking their wounds and thinking, well, is going back to the UK the best choice for us? I think Harry will be here, no doubt about it. But will Meghan attend? Do you think she'll turn up smirking just because it's going to take the attention away from William and Kate? Will that be a deciding factor in her rationale? And it's happened before, and it's not just us fans of the royal family who have noticed. Royal aides and royal experts have also accused Meghan of stealing both William and Kate's thunder. In October, as Prince William and Kate were returning from a very successful tour to Pakistan, this is when Harry and Meghan obliterated any news and dropped the bombshell of the African documentary at the end of it, where they basically said, "Oh, we're just surviving and we're only thriving and it's a gaping wound," because they released the clips, didn't they, of what's going to be expected on the African documentary that they did. That dominated the headlines, as well as them suing the hell out of the media. William and Catherine did not get the coverage that they should have got. And let's not forget, with the nuclear bombshell of Brexit was done just short of Kate's birthday, and a lot of people screamed that that was intentional. And then another example is on the 22nd of January, Kate released her 5 big questions on the under 5s. She launched this, and on the same day, Sussex Royal decided to release pictures that were taken a while before of Meghan visiting one of her patronages, which is the Mayhew Foundation. A lot of people are now noticing the correlation between timings. Kate and William do something, up pops something on the Sussex Royal Instagram account. We are not the only ones that are noticing this. However, now they're getting massive flack because, one, they're not releasing new content and it's looking stale, and the papers are looking and writing articles on the fact that no new pictures have been released for a month. There's also no woke quotes that have been done since before Christmas. And people are saying that this is a bizarre move, that they're just regurgitating old news to try and keep them relevant. They're also being slated in the media because finally, the fact that they are now deleting loads and loads of negative comments from their Instagram account is hitting the media. However, if you look at their Instagram account, you will struggle to find a positive comment. So even though they are deleting thousands of comments, you still have to search for the positive ones. And I think that this Instagram account has now become a laughingstock. It holds no credibility whatsoever. So I'm interested in your thoughts. What do you think the Sussexes are playing at if they are determined to fight back against the royal family and take back control of this royal element of Sussex Royal? Do you think they have a case against the British royal family? And do you think they will actually instigate that case to fight back for their use of the word royal? Should they do it, or will they do it? Will Meghan be by Harry's side at their final official engagements for being a working royal? Will she step foot on British soil? It's one that's debatable at the moment, and it's for the taking. We do not know. She could just simply just turn around and go, sod it, I'm coming back. I don't care what you think. But I'm doubtful. As always, let me know what you think on the issues that I have raised in today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.